This is Winning Cures Everything. Here's your host, Gary Seegers.
Welcome in. It is Winning Cures Everything. Today is Thursday, April 24th. I am your host, Gary Seegers. You can follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. You can follow the show at Winning Cures. You can also follow the show on Facebook, facebook.com/Winning Cures Everything. Let me go in and give you a rundown of the show. Today we're going to talk about the McGregor Khabib social media fracas, all the mess that's going on with that. We're going to talk about how the AAF fallout is continuing. The bettor that got drunk put $100 on a parlay. It was a 4-leg parlay. Paid out over $26,000. I'll tell you what he bet on, along with some other things about it. And then the Jeff Bezos divorce is final. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that at the end of the show, but good gracious at the dollar figures that are involved with that. The show is brought to you by mybookie.ag. You go over there, you put in $250, you put in $200, they're going to give you $100 free if you use promo code WCE50, WCE50. Best online sportsbook out there, the easiest layout, simple stuff. Go check it out for yourself, mybookie.ag. When you sign up, use promo code WCE50. They're going to give you a 50% deposit bonus. So if you wanted to put in $1,000, they're going to give you $500 for free just to play with. That's all I'm saying. Go check that thing out, mybookie.ag, the best online sportsbook out there. As always, subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe on the podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, whatever your favorite podcast app is. We are on it. I guarantee you. So go subscribe. Leave us some nice reviews. We would really appreciate it. Share the show out if you're watching live. Leave us some comments. Get involved. Tell me what you want to hear. Tell me what you want to talk about. We'll go from there. And, of course, the website, winningcureseverything.com. That's got everything you need to know on it. Every one of these links that I'm talking about, go right over there. Check it out. Let's talk about McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov. I am curious about this, honestly. So they are exchanging barbs back and forth, right? And that's the mess that's going on right now. It is an absolute disaster. And apparently we are not on Periscope right now, so I'm a little curious what's going on with that. But, there we go. Anyway, so let's talk about McGregor. Let's talk about Khabib. It starts out Tuesday. Khabib Nurmagomedov is at Moscow University, and he is being questioned about whether or not Conor McGregor has actually retired. He comes back. He says, I don't think he's finished. Conor acts like a jealous wife who says, I will leave all the time, but then always comes back. Not that big of a deal, right? So from there, McGregor tweets a picture of Khabib's wedding of his wife, and they're both Muslim. She's got the towel over her head. He says, your wife is a towel mate, which is a gigantic no-no. So from there, Khabib's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, says on Twitter, talking shit, this guy is insulting someone's wife and making fun of her religion and belief. He doesn't realize he's insulting 1.5 billion Muslims. Religion and family is a no-no. You're effed, Conor. Let's see what the media is going to say now. He's a rapist and a bitch. Now, it definitely got intense quickly, right? So from there, Khabib also responds on Wednesday. And McGregor, by the way, deleted his tweet after like 5 minutes. I mean, he realized it was a problem and then went from there. And so Khabib responds on Twitter on Wednesday. He says, rapist, you are rapist. You are a hypocrite who is not responsible for your actions. Justice will find you. We will see. This is setting up, right? Now, Dana White comes out. He released a statement Wednesday. Here's what his statement said. I am aware of the recent social media exchange between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor, White told MMA Junkie in a statement. The ongoing situation has escalated to a level that is not acceptable. As such, we are taking the necessary steps to reach out to both athlete camps and this situation is being addressed by all parties internally. Now, the UFC does have an athlete code of conduct that includes the ability to impose discipline for violent, threatening, or harassing behavior, as well as derogatory or offensive conduct, including, without limitation, insulting language, symbols, or actions about a person's ethnic background, heritage, color. They never implement this. They never, rarely have they done it. And I doubt that they will with Conor. But we'll see. This is setting up. McGregor has already kind of waited around and didn't take the Cowboy Cerrone fight, which everybody would have been excited about. He didn't want to take that because it was not going to be a main event. I can understand it. It wasn't a championship fight. I get it. Whatever. Honestly, if you're Dana White, what are you doing? Why do you not make that a headline fight? Like, that's the only one anybody's going to tune in for. So, either way, this whole thing sets up because it's got people talking again. This is setting up for McGregor Khabib 2, and I'm curious. I'm very curious what's going to happen here. I would love to see it again. Yeah, I understand it was 4 rounds of Khabib just kind of whooping on Conor, but count me in anytime McGregor gets in the ring, and Khabib is just a man-child. He is a beast. I would love to see it. Tell me what you think. Do you think that they're going to end up fighting again? I'm interested. Count me in if they do that one again. The AAF fallout continues. Players in Memphis were kicked out of their hotels. They had to pay for their own flights home. Another part of this that actually just popped up today, a player copied the AAF on a tweet and said that he got a $2,500 charge and that other players are getting the same charge, but a $2,500 charge on his credit card for the team hotel that they were staying at, that the league was supposed to be paying for. So I don't know what happened here, but I'm very curious because that's some shady business. The other parts of this AAF fallout here, NFL teams were sent memos to not contact AAF players or agents in order to prevent the possibility of litigation. Now, this is standard procedure, but it's only standard procedure because the AAF did not officially fold. Now, the AAF has since come back and, decided, yeah, we're going to release the players and let them sign whatever they want to. That should have been set out from the very beginning. From the very beginning. I don't understand what happened. It's ridiculous. And then finally, a third issue with the AAF fallout. Reports are that the University of Central Florida lost over $1 million because the AAF never paid them for the lease to use Spectrum Stadium. Now, it's believed UCF never actually sent them an invoice, so shame on them if that actually happened. But the AAF never paying for the right to use, that's ridiculous, right? I mean, we can all agree on that. That is terrible. Finally, let's jump over to this. A bettor gets drunk. He hits a parlay that he put $100 down on for $26,194. He's from Minnesota. He was out for some Minnesota radio station was doing a live remote, right, at Planet Hollywood in Vegas. He gets drunk. The guy's named Derek Berge. He didn't even remember making the bet. The time was 3:30 a.m. when this radio station remote was going live. So he was there. He was drinking early on. He gets hammered. He sleeps through all 3 of the games. And then he slept through all of the calls from his friends that realized what was happening and told him during the last game that he needed to hedge. So here are the bets that he made. College hockey. He took American at plus 800 to upset St. Cloud. Now, St. Cloud was the number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament in college hockey. And then he took under 6.5 goals. He took the Timberwolves plus 425 to beat the Warriors. and he took the Minnesota Wild plus 400 to beat the Vegas Golden Knights. All of those hit. A $100 bet turned into $26,194. And this dude does not even remember making the bet. So miracles can happen. You never know what's going to happen when you gamble. So if you go into the sports book, you going down to Tunica, you going wherever, going over to my bookie, play the lottery a little bit. That's basically what this is. Put $5 on something crazy. You never know what's going to happen. Finally, we'll close out the show with this. Jeff Bezos, his divorce is final. Their combined stock in Amazon was worth $143 billion. His wife, or ex-wife now, Mackenzie, she got $35.6 billion just because she was married to the guy that created Amazon. You got to admit, that is some crazy, crazy dollar figures. Jeff ended up with $107.4 billion worth of stock. I mean, that is, I don't even know how to, I can't even talk about it. That's so much money. It is absurd. Neither of them will ever have to worry about it again. That's crazy. All right. We appreciate you checking out the show. As always, go over to winningcureseverything.com. Go subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Periscope, subscribe on Twitter, follow on Twitter at Gary WCE, at Winning Cures. It looks like we're having some major league issues with things going offline and back online and whatnot today. But we'll get it fixed. We'll get everything rocking and rolling. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for checking out Winning Cures Everything. If you want to keep up with us, hit subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app. Visit the website at winningcureseverything.com, or you can like us on Facebook or follow us at Winning Cures, at Gary WCE, or at Chris B. Giannini on Twitter. Share out the show, leave a nice review, and make sure to comment and tweet at us.